All right, Average Sniper's new video. This is what PUBG 2 will be. Let's see.
Average Sniper here. Welcome to the video. Sit back, relax, smack that like button. Today we're
Just
talking
smack it.
about...
Let me smack it. Wait. Son of a... All right, let me sit back and relax.
PUBG 2.
All right.
How many videos have been made saying PUBG 2 confirmed? More details here.
I've made a few of them. It is confirmed, and there are more details.
There's not been an official announcement.
Well, that's factually incorrect. But okay, continue, carry on.
As far as I know, there's been some...
Clearly doesn't watch my videos. Wow.
Budget reports that have come out that use the name PUBG 2. There has been talk about upgrading to Unreal Engine 5. That is actually confirmed. That's been in the roadmap for the past 2 years.
PUBG is calling Unreal Engine 5 upgrade PUBG 2. They have called that it in the roadmap and in the earnings call. That's what Crafton calls the next version of the game is PUBG 2.
Years, I believe. And today I saw another news article flash across my screen that I thought I would share with you guys because
take a look. What is it?
Looked like it had some interesting stuff about PUBG 2, which is also going to give me the opportunity to share my opinion on exactly what I think PUBG 2 will be.
Okay.
And you should value my opinion because I have never been wrong about anything in my entire life. Just kidding. All right, so here's the article. Crafted plans for PUBG to be more than a battle royale. Okay. I don't know what Subnautica 2 drama has to do with it. But let's take a look.
All right.
Screenshot. Now, this news article is from 1 day ago, I believe. July 29th, 2025. So at the time I'm making this video, it is July 30th, 2025.
You're late.
All right, let's take a look at this.
Yo, LeCram, thanks for the gift of sub, baby.
Crafton is looking to transform its popular PUBG Battle Royale game into something broader. Oh, God. The Korean publisher reminded investors today that it is preparing to upgrade PUBG to Unreal Engine 5. Unreal, of course, is the gaming tech built by Epic, maker of PUBG competitor Fortnite.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, Epic dropped support for PUBG, I think, after they made Fortnite some conflict of interest or something. PUBG sued them. It was a long time ago. They lost a lawsuit. But I think most gamers know where the Unreal Engine comes from. PUBG's still running on UE4.
Yep.
But
4 point something.
They have announced plans to upgrade to UE5.
The later version
here's
of
the
it.
line that really got me.
Okay.
All right. Oh, wait, hold on. And with that tech comes ambitions that sound like Crafton would like to do more to match Fortnite.
Well, I'm sure every game company
If they
would,
wanted
right?
to compete with Fortnite, they should have started about 7 years ago. But here we are.
They did.
In the age...
PUBG was huge 7 years ago. PUBG was, I mean, one of the biggest, if not the biggest battle royale games ever 7 years ago. Look at the Steam charts.
Of PUBG 2.0. It will not simply be a battle royale game per se. The company's chief financial officer, Bay, told investors during a quarterly earnings call today. PUBG will become a gameplay platform. All right, so look at this. In the age of PUBG 2. So
they're obvious with not to cut you off, Average, but obviously what they're saying is, hey, for marketing terms, this isn't just an updated battle royale. We're gonna have UGC. We're gonna have arcade modes. We're gonna have, you know, in-game purchases, out-of-game purchases. We're gonna have websites that, like, they're obviously trying to make their earnings call and people who are going to be reading this as investors, like, hey, this isn't just a BR, but we, you know, between us girls, we all know this is a BR at its core, and they're obviously going to try to branch off and, you know, attach things to it as best they can with other modes to keep people interested in the game. I think that's all they're saying there.
That sentence makes me think that PUBG 2, as it is rumored, will be part of the Unreal Engine 5 upgrade. And then they say...
What do you mean that makes you think? Yeah, there's zero confusion about PUBG. Well, there should be zero confusion about Unreal Engine 5 and PUBG 2. Those are synonymous terms. Like this PUBG. The only reason why PUBG isn't saying PUBG 2 is from a marketing standpoint right now. That's my opinion, obviously, but that's they're not saying PUBG 2 everywhere because they're gonna save that to when they're closer to actually launch the thing, and it'll be like a big hype, a big, PUBG 2 is here, PUBG 2.0 is here. It's like, didn't Fortnite do that originally when they did like their big conversion to Unreal 5?
PUBG will become a gameplay platform. He added, "We are developing wide-ranging modes under that
UGC
objective."
arcade
that's
mode.
Why with every update, they seem to be adding some new feature they're testing out. Destructible environments, different types of weapons, different types of like bombing zones, destructible buildings. They even added radar for a while and a bunch of weird gear that you could equip at the beginning of each match, which they quickly did away with. But it seems like they've been using PUBG as like a beta test platform almost.
Now, it's funny that he says that because I've said that same exact thing, that they've been using PUBG and PUBG Mobile as a testing grounds to try to figure out how far they can and want to push the envelope for PUBG 2 and what the market is going to respond to. I do agree with that.
All right, we are developing wide-ranging modes under that objective. This tracks with Epic's own push to turn Fortnite from a game widely used as a battle royale to one that functions as a platform that also encompasses a Lego game, a music game, and a host of user-made creations. Publishers with the biggest live service offerings badly want to turn their mega games into platforms to keep players immersed in their product, even if they're playing different games inside it.
That's fair.
Like Roblox. Okay, I never played Roblox before, but I do have some little nephews that absolutely love Roblox, one in particular. So I do understand.
My niece is into Minecraft
Roblox
right now.
Is basically a gaming platform with tons of things you can do inside of it and other games.
This is Average Sniper.
PUBG is consistently one of the top games on Steam, having peaked at just over 700,000 players today. Mobile versions of the game are popular worldwide. Super popular.
Mobile is very popular.
PUBG's switch to Unreal has been teased by Krafton since early 2024, though there's no date for its completion. Bay said that the company has been speeding up the development process to make the shift to Unreal. They're talking about Unreal Engine 5. The company also wants
2027, by the way, is what the creative director Tae-Hoon Kim said is the estimated completion date. He said approximately 2 years away. He said that during the 2025 roadmap. So 2027 is what they're kind of putting out there in the world. Obviously, you're hoping that they under promise and over deliver. So telling everybody 2027, hopefully like next year, they're like, oh, well, we got this done and we're kind of ready to go. But I don't know.
To enable its players to make their own user-generated riffs on PUBG, another echo of Epic's Fortnite strategy. That's right.
This is a new
news about
a new thing here, huh? Oh.
PUBG adding
take a look at that.
user-generated content. All right. Subnautica 2 clarification from the CEO. During the same quarterly earnings call today, Krafton executives were careful to not say too much about the ongoing dispute over Subnautica 2 and the ousted founders of that game's Krafton-owned studio Unknown Worlds. Oh, I guess that's a drama they were talking about at the beginning of this. So that probably doesn't have much to do with PUBG.
I don't think it does.
Okay, let's see what else it says, though, just in case. Executives restated the company's position that it fired the studio's 3 longtime leaders due to a dispute over whether Subnautica 2 is going to have enough content for an early access 2025 launch. The fired founders disagree, saying the company wanted to avoid paying them a bonus. An analyst asked Krafton execs whether the issues around Subnautica 2 indicated that Krafton was struggling to keep internal projects on track, a worrying sign given the company's growing ambition.
I mean, that's a fair question, but it's 2 completely different dev teams, right? Like the dev team doing Subnautica 2 is not the same dev team that's doing, PUBG stuff, right?
CEO Dong Kunbei wants to address that assumption. Okay.
Keep reading with a free 7-day trial. So there's actually more to that article. The CFO probably did respond to that. There's more to that article, but you need to have a 7-day trial.
Well, we don't need to read more about that.
Yeah, fuck
that's
that.
for sure. That's a trick That's a trick to get people to subscribe to this website.
Not tricking us.
So anyway, PUBG 2. Now, the very first time we heard rumors about this, during, I think it was on a budget expense list or some kind of a budget expense report, they used the word or the phrase PUBG 2. And everybody was getting super excited, and I tried to keep my cool. I don't even think I made a video about it.
I don't get the apprehension to why he doesn't want to say it's PUBG 2. Like, am I missing something there? Like, it's quite obvious that the transition to Unreal Engine 5, which PUBG themselves has stated ad nauseum, is a complete redevelop of the game from the ground up. Like, it's not just like let's do some coding and change it, take out the 4 and put a 5 and hit enter. They're remaking the game. And so, whether or not you call it PUBG 2, it's PUBG 2. Right? Like, so I guess he's getting hung up on the fact that, like, PUBG hasn't tweeted out that PUBG 2 is in development. But that's only because it's not ready to be released yet. Like, as soon as they're done and they're going to release it, they're not just going to say, as like a media marketing advertising, they're not going to market millions of dollars and go, PUBG, Unreal Engine 5. That's a mouthful. They're going to say PUBG 2. And that's what's going to be marketed everywhere.
It right away, because we've heard tons of PUBG rumors, PUBG 2 rumors, I mean, over the years, and none of them have turned out to be true. Maybe some of them are true, but it just hasn't come to fruition yet.
Yeah, I don't get that.
But here's what I think.
It is. Like, they've already confirmed they've been making the Unreal Engine 5 for quite a long time now. They've talked about it being called PUBG 2, and in the Crafting's earning calls, what they're giving to all their investors is PUBG 2. That's what they're developing.
Here's my opinion on exactly what PUBG 2 is going to be. And I feel like when I first said
this, here's
I got a lot of pushback.
Bread and potatoes, meat and potatoes of this video. Let's hear it.
Wanted to believe something else.
Okay.
But I believe that PUBG 2 will not be a separate game. I think it's going to be like a new PUBG season almost. Like Warzone 2, 3, and 4. Still the same Warzone game, just a renamed title with new maps, new guns, etc. Seems like every time a new Call of Duty comes out, they update Warzone from like 2 to 3 to 4. But it's still the same Warzone. It's a little different, but it's not like you have 4 separate versions of Warzone installed on your computer or your console. I don't believe that when PUBG 2 comes out, people will still be able to play the original PUBG. I think the original PUBG is going to merge into what they will collectively call PUBG 2. And that will most likely happen when the Unreal Engine 5 update gets released. The game will look and feel slightly different with massive improvements because Unreal Engine 5, obviously, way better than Unreal Engine 4. And because of this, will be able to call
Sometimes
it
it probably won't be.
2.0. So I would think of PUBG 2 less.
I'm sorry, I completely disagree here.
Of they're developing another game, and more, they're simply updating this game with a very large update, at which point they will rename this game to PUBG 2.0. So that is just my opinion. It's okay if you don't agree. I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments.
Oh, I'll let you know.
Nobody's disappointed about this.
I'm pissed.
I know lots of people think that when a new game comes out, it means they'll be able to keep playing the old game. But I don't think that's going to be the case with PUBG.
Okay, I'm sure he's going to keep going. I'm going to listen to the rest, but I categorically disagree here. Like, look at the other examples, right? Look at Counter-Strike. Didn't they just do like a brand new Counter-Strike that was a completely new version, and you can still go back and play the old one or the new one? Couldn't you do that on Counter-Strike? I'm pretty sure. What did Fortnite do? I guess that'd be my other question. Like, that would be a good comparison. Is how did Fortnite handle it when they went to UE5? Did Fortnite take down the original version of the game, and now all you can do is play the new one? CSGO disappeared into our memories. It merged with yeah, but was it at the same time? I thought for a hot minute you could play both. And am I not remembering that correctly? Like, so here's the way I think they're going to do it. Because number one, like they've said, this is a whole engine upgrade. Like, this was a whole big change. Could they have it uploaded to your Steam login where you click download and you download, 200 gigabyte update, and then when you load the game up next, it's just PUBG 2? It could do that. I don't think they're going to do that because I don't believe that's how Counter-Strike did it. And also another game that comes to mind is a game I used to play all the time, Smite. Smite 1 had been out for 10 years. Then they came out with Smite 2 on Unreal Engine 5. They did exactly what PUBG's talking about doing. They had to remake all the skins. They had to recode the game. They added some features. They took away some other features. But the way they did it is they released Smite 2 in early access alongside Smite 1. So right now, as I'm speaking today, I can go load up Smite 1 and still play the old Smite game in all of its original glory, or I can play Smite 2, which is now further in the development phase. But eventually, what they've said is that they will terminate Smite 1 and everything will transition to Smite 2. That's how I envision PUBG being. They're going to have PUBG 1 up until PUBG 2 is stable, running, development cycle for new additions and skins and all the stuff they need to make money. Until like that cycle is up and running on PUBG 2, they're going to have access to PUBG 1, and then eventually they'll close down PUBG 1 because why would they keep paying for double server costs and double maintenance costs and all that kind of stuff. So that's the way I take the transition. CSGO is deactivated the moment CS2 was officially released because they had the same problem with 1.6 and Source, is that they basically had two versions run at the same time, right? Yeah, so that's how I think about it. And another reason why I say that is because PUBG did say that your skins will carry over to the new game. And so to me, that seems like they're going to make a new game and, have to basically re-import the new skins, like remake the skins. And how Smite handled that is they basically took all the money that you spent in Smite 1 and they gave you that money back in Smite 2, like in terms of the in-game credits. They call them gems. If you spent 100,000 gems in Smite 1, when you loaded up Smite 2 and you put in your profile carryover from Smite 1, you now start with 100,000 gems in Smite 2 to go and get other skins and whatnot. So that's the way I look at it. But also on the other side of that coin, I don't think it really matters, to be honest. If Smite or if PUBG 2 comes out and it is literally a 200 gigabyte download, and when you update your Steam PUBG, it just says PUBG 2 the next time you open it up, and now it's Unreal Engine 5. What's the difference versus it being a whole new game? Like, if the goal of Krafton is to have PUBG 2 be their next forever game, even if they launch them side by side, they're not going to keep PUBG 1 open forever. And if they don't launch them side by side and it's a replacement update, then what's the difference anyway?
PUBG. So that's my opinion on it. That's the latest PUBG news. Subscribe, turn notifications on if you like PUBG live streams, content, and if you want to stay up to date with the latest news. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and follow me for that information. I'll put a link to this this article I used in the video description. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, hit that like button. Go down to the comment section and let me know.
Here's the link to the video.
And if you have any
y'all go watch it and like it.
I did not mention, I'm sure me and the rest of the community would absolutely love to hear your feedback. So I will see you guys in the next video or the next live stream. Thanks for watching. Later.
Peace out. So he makes some good points. I wanted to get to the spot, I don't know if it's in this video, where Taehoon Kim, he's the lead director of PUBG. He has said at one point, we don't know if we're going to be calling it PUBG 2 or not. Like, that hasn't been decided yet. I'm trying to find where that was. That might have been way before. That might have been like 2024 roadmap or something like that. But I do remember him saying that. And so maybe that's kind of where Average Sniper's coming from. But again, I think the why they're talking like that is simply because of a marketing strategy. Like, they want to flood social media with PUBG 2, but when it's ready to come out, you know? So I don't think we're going to see much about that from like a tweet from PUBG until it's ready. But I guess at the end of the day, what does it really matter if it's called PUBG 2 and it's on Unreal Engine 5, or PUBG, just PUBG, but it's also an Unreal Engine 5? Like, what? I guess I'm confused as what's the difference? Like, why are we getting caught up on PUBG 2 is not coming out? Like, well, yeah, it is. The game is being redeveloped on Unreal Engine 5. Like, it is going to be a completely different game. I know, like, we'll still look at it and go, oh, it's PUBG. Like, you know, we'll look at the Erangel map and, you know, we'll be like, yeah, that's clearly Erangel. But the game's going to react way differently. The physics engine's going to be inherently different. Like, that's all going to be different, you know? I remember reading PUBG 2 when you showed the presentation they showed to the investors you covered in a video. Yeah, no, I know. I don't know where the hell exactly I don't know where exactly I showed that. I know for sure Crafton said PUBG 2. Oh, this is the new tweet I want to look at, though. I'm going to go look at that in a second. Look, here's Smite 2. So I'm talking about they literally, so Smite did a whole change from Smite 1 to Smite 2, complete engine from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5. It's a whole new game. You had to download a whole new client. And I mean, once it was ready, they started marketing it as Smite 2. That just makes the most sense that Crafton's going to want to do that. I don't know where the hell. Oh, here it is. Look, April 29th. Even Player IGN tweeted this out. PUBG 2.0 is coming. New Crafton earnings call. This is the first time they've used a term like this. So it must have been whatever video I covered this in. I don't know. I couldn't find it. There you go. PUBG 2.0. Now, in Average Sniper's defense, this is an earnings call. This is not a game announcement showcase or nothing like that. But again, I'm going to go back to what's the difference. If the marketing term is PUBG 2.0 and it's on Unreal Engine 5, what difference does it really make if it's called PUBG on Unreal Engine 5 or PUBG 2 on Unreal? Like, I don't know. I guess it's like semantics. Like, what is it? As long as the game is on Unreal Engine 5 and all of the changes that come with that, you know, like maybe I'm missing Average Sniper's take on it. Like, I wonder if he's saying it's not going to be this new experience that we're all wanting it to be. And that might be what he's thinking or what he's saying. I'm just misunderstanding. Like, maybe he's trying to say it's going to be the same experience you're used to right now, just with better graphics. That might be the point he's trying to get across. I would have to disagree. Like, PUBG themselves have stated they're not trying to change the core PUBG experience. Like, they still want it to feel like PUBG. They want it to shoot like PUBG. Like, they want all that. But you're going to have things that you would just assume would be improved, right? Like movement, getting clipped on little small objects, the UGC types of content, being able to modify the game better. Like, all of those things are going to be a wholly new and expansive feature set on the game. So I don't know. I guess I'm just confused as to what exactly he is saying it is or isn't going to be. Am I making any sense? Am I just rambling at this point? I feel like it's obvious nobody expects to load up PUBG 2 and it be like Call of Duty. Like, we all expect it to be PUBG, just newer and better. Like, nobody expected Fortnite when it went from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5 to not be Fortnite. You know, it'd just be more and better. I don't know. All right, so let's take a look at this. Player IGN tweeted this out 20 hours ago. PUBG 2025 roadmap. A lot of this stuff is probably old. Gunplay update. PUBG Blind Spot. This is the top-down shooter that I played with them. New contender skin. That is the special Hannah skin. There's going to be a new one, a new game mode. Okay, we'll see. Erangel update. Is there going to be another Erangel update? Okay. Oh, that's right. That's the terrain for the mortars and the red zones and all that. That's going to be on Erangel. So that's what that is. Halloween and winter game modes. Okay. Pop artist collaboration. All right. Western IP plus car plus fashion collaboration. PUBG and PUBG mobile esports. Mobile esports. LOL. PUBG black budget closed alpha, the extraction shooter. Let's take a look. So this says titles, update schedule, PUBG Battlegrounds. This includes console and PC. Aespa collab, we just did that. UGC alpha, we are doing that now. Gunplay update, they just did that. Bugatti collab, that comes out in 2 weeks. Q4, so this would be the last 3 months of the year. A new contender series. This looks like Hannah, so hopefully it's a male contender skin, because this looks like it's just a copy, like shadow cutout of Hannah. Mode update. Who knows what this is for? Obviously it's arcade mode, but is this like a new mode that we've never seen before? Is it an update to an old one? I don't know. Map update. This is for the Erangel explosion, terrain destruction, not building destruction, terrain destruction. PUBG Mobile. They're having a Transformers collaboration, Metro Royale update, car collaboration, new mode update, Halloween, pop artist, and winter mode. Oh, this is all for mobile. So Halloween, pop artist, and winter is all for mobile here. Okay. PUBG IP franchise shared content. So I guess across all of their games. PNC and Aespa. We just did that now. Celebrity collaboration. There's going to be a new one apparently. Western IP collaboration. I'm interested to hear who they're going to collaborate there. Premium car collaboration. This is supposedly Porsche. Fashion brand collaboration. No idea. PGC and PUBG mobile tournaments collaboration. They're going to have a PGC event for mobile. New PUBG IP titles. Blind Spot, which is, I mean, it's technically not new. It's already kind of been out, right? And then black budget closed alpha test. I'd love to get an invite to this. I don't know what I got to do to get an invite to that, but I'd love to play it and test it. Okay. So is that it? Is that all the stuff from that one? PUBG black budget announcement at PGC. Maybe. PUBG is getting an anime shown off in their earnings release. Oh, cool. Okay. PUBG's getting an anime series. They're all using SMGs too. What's this? A chart crafted revealed hinting at a game genre they're creating. User pool versus original creative. Low market maturity versus high market maturity. There's one unannounced project they're working on that could pioneer a brand new genre. Project Windless, an open world action RPG. Subnautica 2. Okay. Unannounced project. Oh, all right. No idea. Project Black Budget closed alpha is Q4. They've already done one closed alpha test apparently earlier this year. Is that it? Okay. All right. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? What's your take on Average Sniper's take on PUBG 2? What's coming? What's not coming? Does it matter what they call it, what they name it? I don't know. Me that it doesn't, but okie dokes. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed that, leave a like and subscribe for more PUBG content. Smash that like button. We're at 34,800 subscribers, really close to 35,000. I told the wife if we get to 35,000 subscribers, I'll quit my job.